We are in a series of 3 chapel lessons. Okay, so last week, Mr. Lin talked about how we can receive wisdom from God. This week, we're going to talk about how we can experience the faithfulness of God. And next week, speakers are going to speak about how we can know the love of God. I'm going to begin by sharing an episode of my life. This was in the army. Okay, and in the army, when I was in the army, it was the birth of the internet in Singapore. Okay, we had to connect to the internet using a modem, right? Plugged to our phone line. And so we plugged it in, we'll dial up, there's this buzzing noise, 2 or 3 days later, then you're connected. And if anyone phones in, that internet line will be cut off. Okay, but I really wanted it. And I asked my dad to sign up for it along with this service called Teleview. Okay, what is Teleview? Teleview, before you had Facebook Messenger, before you had things like Snapchat or WhatsApp and things like that, we had Teleview, which was like an internet sharing service. And so we would log on and there'll be chat rooms, we go in and then we chat. But it's not like what you do now. You type a message instantly, it's there. You go in there, you type one message, 20 seconds later your one-liner, two-liner starts slowly scrolling up. And someone replies to that maybe in minutes or 2 times. Okay? But I really wanted Teleview and I begged my dad for it. And you can guess why. Okay, the girls are of course. Okay, so a couple of good friends and I, we all signed up for a service. One night we were chatting and we decided let's organize a gathering because we had only known these people online. And we said let's do a gathering so we can know each other face to face. And so we were very excited about it. We were planning it and it was a great success because 20 plus people came. We all gathered. I still remember at City Hall MRT. So we were gathering and we were just chatting as people started arriving. And then I saw her. She came down floating on the clouds from heaven. It's an exaggeration and my heart was boo, 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 boo. So throughout the rest of the gathering, I was just surreptitiously asking the rest, what's her name? What's her username? And after that I started stalking her. Sort of like when I would like be on the chat lines and when I see her username appear, I'll just log on to that chat group and start talking. And so we started talking there. Through that, we started occasionally talking on the phone. And then there was this one time, a bit like Korean drama. So she was going back to her hometown, she's Malaysian, going back to her hometown, and she was going to take the train, Tanjong Pagar train station, if you still remember. Still existed in the time. She was on one side of the fence, I was on the other side of the fence, and the train was about to leave. And I was like, I summed up all my courage, and before she left, I said, I'm going to miss you. Then she smiled and turned and walked away. Korean drama, right? Then there was this night I will never forget. We were hanging out with other friends, chatter friends. It was at the discotheque. Yes, okay. And we were just hanging out on the dance floor, and then for the first time, she just stretched out, she reached out, she took my hand, and she led me off the dance floor outside. And I floated along with her. And the rest of the evening I spent just, the 2 of us just talking, and our friends were like late night, sent home in a cab, best night of my life, up to that point in time. Okay, probably several days or several weeks later, I was just hanging out waiting for her again, when there was this conversation that struck my attention, caught my attention. And it was like, hey, what's going on here? Because as I was following just what was happening, I saw her name pop out, so I just followed. And there was this guy who was saying something like this, oh, I'm so happy that I can break up with my girlfriend and now I can go and pursue Julia, which was the girl I was interested in. And I was like, what's going on? And then I cut long story short, she went out with me so that he would get jealous and break up with her girlfriend and pursue her. And very soon after, they got attached. And when I saw them, I was like, I'm so happy for you guys, but inside I was like, my heart was crushed. Okay, but probably the best thing that happened to me. Okay, so let me tell you why. Because I was at that time preparing for university, and one of the orientation camps I joined was a Christian student camp. And so this was the camp that I went to, and during the camp, God really just ministered to me. All the messages that were being preached were like seemed to be for me personally. When God spoke to me, heal my hurts and allow me to release forgiveness and release that situation and go into His hands. God is faithful. Some of you might identify, like, people have hurt you, let you down, disappointed you, they were not faithful. Or perhaps you are in a situation where you are not sure what the future holds. It looks big, you hope, you wish there was someone whom you can trust and rely upon. And this morning, I want to tell you, friends, that God is there. He is faithful, He is loyal, steadfast, and unchanging. This is our faithful God. So this morning I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to share maybe a couple of pictures from the scriptures, from the Bible, that gives us a sense of how God is faithful. I'm going to share a little bit about how I have experienced that in my life, and finally how that applies to all of us. Okay? So that's our plan. Let's jump straight in. 3 pictures of how God is faithful. The first is God is faithful as spouse. So the Bible says in Ephesians chapter 5 verse 25, husbands, love your wives just as Christ also loved the church and gave Himself up for her. When I was married, so I was standing before the pastor at the altar and we exchanged vows. It's something that the words are familiar to you. If you watch movies or read magazines, right? We exchange our vows, we say to each other, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and health, to death do us part, right? And in a sense, God's love is like that. It's not capricious. It's not like goes with the seasons. It is constant. It's through the good times, through the bad times. That's a picture of what God's love is like. Okay, so there's a sense that God's love, human beings' love are similar, but there's also a difference. And I'm going to use an illustration. Okay, this is imaginary. Imagine that if my wife comes up to me one day and says, "Honey, why do you love me?" Okay, I'm going to picture 2 hypothetical scenarios. The first scenario is I answer like this. I say, well, because you're the most beautiful woman I know. You're amazing, you're kind, you're gentle, you're patient, and you're so gifted in so many ways. That's why I love you. First scenario. Imagine second scenario. Honey, why do you love me? And I say, you know, if you have to be honest, you're very, very ugly. One eye big, one eye small, fingers all over the face. Then you're loud, you're obnoxious, you go out in public, if you fart very loudly and laugh about it. You're very disgusting. But despite all this, I love you. Okay, when God says He loves you, which scenario? Number 1, number 2. It's, let me suggest to you that it's a bit like number 2. Why? Okay, the Bible says this in Romans chapter 5 verse 8. It says, but God demonstrates His own love toward us, in that while we are yet sinners, rebellious, disobedient, Christ died for us. His love is not dependent on like your response to Him or how lovely you are. He loves you not because you are lovely. But here's the amazing thing. Because He loves you, you are lovely. Let me say that again. God doesn't love you because you are lovely. Also adorable, I love you. No. In spite of all the flaws and all of that, He loves you, and in so doing, He makes you love Him. So God is faithful as spouse. First picture. Second picture, God is faithful as Father. Psalm 103 verse 13. Just as a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear Him. Several years ago, my friends and I, good friends and I, had a gathering at one of their places, and at his place there is a swimming pool. And so if you see this picture, that glass door separates the living room from the swimming pool. That means if you open the glass window, you can actually step from the dining table straight into the pool. Alright? Let me tell you a bit of the design of this pool. It has this baby step, so shallow. If you step off the baby step, you go into like slightly deeper water. So my children were very excited, especially my son. My son was so excited. He ran, because I told him about it, right? He ran at the house when we arrived. He ripped off his clothes because he already prepared the swimming things. And he stepped into the pool and stepped off the baby step. Samuel did not know how to swim. So I remember the very vivid, like in slow motion, he was like sitting down in the water. So I was like, okay, Dad has to go and rescue him, right? But for a split second, I hesitated. And you want to guess why I hesitated? Yeah, so I heard the range of responses from the, you don't know how to swim. He says, boy, how can you don't know how to swim? To the, you scared you get your clothes wet, which is quite close. Because there was something in my pocket. It was a very expensive and very new phone. So I was like, bye phone, jumped in there, grabbed his hand, hauled him up, and rescued him. After that, we still went swimming. I had to take out my clothes and make sure he doesn't drown again. Okay. But after this incident, while I was just having a dialogue with my wife, right, she actually noticed my split-second hesitation. You idiot, why you hesitate? I was like, 1 second, right? And then, at that moment, God really spoke very deeply to me. He said to me, you know, son, you love your son. But even though you love your son, you still hesitated for that split second. But I did not hesitate. When I saw humanity drowning in sin, I did not hesitate. I sent my son Jesus Christ to die on the cross to save humanity. At that moment, right, I really had this fresh sense of this appreciation of God's love and faithfulness to each and every one of us. He's like that Father who loves us. But you see, God's love is not indulgent. He also does something else. He not only saves us, but He also does something else. So I'm going to illustrate this. My children, they love swimming. So whenever they go on family vacations, they love to jump in the pool. So this was, I think, maybe 2 years back. Family vacation, we went to swim. And when they were in the pool, I insisted that my son swim a few laps. He actually doesn't like that. He just wants to play with the sisters. Just splash water and things like that. But I insisted that he must go and swim laps, and he was very unhappy about that. The reason why I asked him to do that, probably can think through the process of a father, is really to get him proficient in swimming, so that he doesn't drown. Right? So it's not to spoil his fun, but so that he will be independent, safe. And God does the same thing. He rescues us, He loves us, but not only that, He also works in our life to change us, to mold our character, to form us, to be more like Him, in His love, His compassion. So God is faithful as Father. Last picture, God as friend. God is faithful as a friend. We have good friends, I trust, and I am very, very blessed. I am so blessed that in my life I have very, very good friends. Friends who I've shared before in previous chapels. To this day, we still meet up, even though we know each other since primary school, all the way to JC and beyond. But the best of friends fail us sometimes. They disappoint us. They don't live up to their word sometimes, right? But here it says in Proverbs 18:24 that there's a friend who sticks closer than a brother, pointing to God as the friend who is faithful. So these 3 pictures of God: faithful as spouse, faithful as father, faithful as friend. How does that work out in our lives? I'm going to share with you 2 snapshots in my life. One is very trivial. One is a bit more, I guess, significant. Okay, the trivial one first. Before I got married, my dream, I always imagined on my wedding day that the wedding car is a BMW. Just somehow I like the design of BMWs. Okay, but we were quite poor, so we were thinking in the lead up to the wedding, it's like if we could borrow a wedding car, that would be great. Okay, so at that time, my neighbor, Uncle Eric, had 2 cars. He had this Volvo, this brand new Volvo, and he had this rather old Nissan Citaro. We didn't like the Volvo, just don't like the design. It was brand new and a branded car. We were eyeing, maybe if we can borrow his Citaro, quite nice. So there was this morning, he came to me and said, "Hey Aaron, would you like to borrow my cars for your wedding day?" And he of course offered the nice new shiny Volvo. And I was like, "Uncle Eric, actually thanks for the offer. We actually like the Citaro. Can we borrow that please for our wedding?" And he was like, "Oh, we're going to sell it away. And we're going to buy a BMW. Would you like the BMW?" And I was like in my heart, "Thank you, Jesus." And so on that day, we had our BMW. It's a very, very trivial kind of request. It's not even I prayed for 10 days or 10 months, God, please do this. It was a God, it would be nice if, and God provided. So that's the more trivial snapshot. There's another one. So it's a bit more significant. Yes, in 2001, I was on a mission trip to Japan. And at that season of my life, it was a season of great turmoil. A lot of things were questions in my mind. Things about my vocation, not sure what's ahead. Things about relationships like the one on the horizon, one big man, And all those questions were really something that I was thinking through at the season of my life. So what happened was, on the mission trip team, there was this guy who I did not know, I got to know him only on the trip. On the flight back, we were sitting next to one another, and he wrote me a note. He says, God wants me to just share these words with you. So he passed me a slip of paper, and in that slip was this verse, or rather these verses from Psalm 128, verses 1 to 4. Let me just read it out for you. It says, how blessed is everyone who fears the Lord, who walks in his ways. When you shall eat of the fruit of your hands, vocation, you will be happy and it will be well with you. Your wife shall be like a fruitful vine within your house, your children like olive plants around your table. Behold, for thus shall man be blessed who fears the Lord. And everything of what I was thinking about and I was worried for, I was anxious about, was addressed by God through His Word to me. And when I read that, I was comforted and assured. I still didn't know what was in it. But God knew, because 5 years later, I was married, and God has provided me with a wife. He's given me 2 children, and I've been in ministry for more than 15 years. God has been faithful. Right? So as we think through that, what's our response? How can we respond to this God who's faithful? And it's a very simple thing. To me, it's just these aspects of believing in Him. Believing that He's there, He exists, trusting in Him that He has intentions, good intentions for you. He knows what is ahead, He will provide. Right? And then doing what He says. It's therefore coming to God's Word, which contains His promises, which tells you He's faithful to carry it out. It's praying to Him and letting Him know what is your need in your life, and then seeing Him do it as you obey what He says. God is faithful. So be faithful. Walk with Him, trust in Him. In the season of examinations, whether it's almost or A-levels, He's faithful. He will see you through. Do your best, and then let your heart be at rest as you pray and surrender to God. Some of you know this. I've made an announcement, but the JC2s may not have heard it. In the hub, there is a Parents Action Team prayer box in which you can drop any prayer requests in there. The parents and the CMSs, we are committed to be praying for you. So if there are things that that concern you, you're nervous about, anxious about, worried about, please feel free to just use the pen, the notes to just write and drop it in. You do not have to share your name or class. It's okay, you can put it in anonymously, and the invitation is open to all, everyone, all students. So please do that. And so as we come to a close, once again I leave you with this thought that God is faithful and we can trust in Him. Would you allow me to just put this time in prayer and then we just pray for all of us? Let us pray. And so God, Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for your faithfulness. Thank you for who you are. Thank you that you have demonstrated your love for us when you gave us a Son. And Lord, I just want to pray for each one of my friends here in this hall this morning, that Lord, you encounter them, you reveal yourself to them, and that they may know that you care for them, you love them, you will see them through whatever situation. It could be studies, friendships, family, etc. Or concerns about the future and direction. Lord, I pray that as we look to you, as we surrender the control of our lives into your hands, that we will see that you are faithful, you will guide us, protect us, and lead us. So thank you. We pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
We are on our rise for the closing song.